So, the philosophical gamer has been spending months making videos fervently defending Gen Z, and apparently his grand revelation is that hard-working people don't call Gen Z lazy. Really? This is the groundbreaking insight that we've all been waiting for? It's almost as if the philosophical gamer just discovered that people who work with their hands, construction workers, farmers, coal miners, aren't exactly sitting around all day calling people lazy, while those who spend their time typing in cushy office chairs or creating repetitive YouTube content somehow find the time to criticize others. Bravo, philosophical gamer, your intellect is unparalleled. He also points out that these desk-sitting critics, let's call them the angry guys, are clearly lazy because they can't even think of fresh ideas for their videos. Oh, the horror! Angry guys making the same tired video topics over and over. He must be the laziest person alive, right? I mean, who can blame him for recycling his content like an old refrigerator full of expired ideas? This is definitely the hallmark of laziness. And the philosophical gamer is right to call him out for not even trying to come up with something new, like maybe a 20-minute monologue on why society is collapsing. Again, totally fresh, right? But hey, let's not overlook the real stroke of genius here. The philosophical gamer accuses Angry Guy of being lazy for sitting behind a computer, but then, wait a second. He's also sitting behind a computer making videos. But hey, self-awareness, right? He admits it. He's lazy too. So I guess, as long as you admit your laziness while doing the same thing that you accuse others of doing, it's okay. Nothing to see here, just an intellectual Ouroboros defending Gen Z by criticizing someone else's laziness while also being lazy. Truly philosophical. Now, let's talk about Angry Guy, the valiant crusader against Gen Z's so-called laziness. According to Angry Guy, Gen Z is lazy, entitled, and needs to stop sitting on their phones and get a real job. We're talking about the classic "get off my lawn" rhetoric wrapped up in a well-tailored suit. Apparently, Angry Guy believes that the answer to all of life's problems is to grind. And by grind, he means mindlessly follow the same corporate systems that have consistently been rigged against people while also being stuck in the past. Nothing screams hard work pays off like endlessly repeating the same uninspired video ideas with titles that could put a bored sloth to sleep. But here's the thing. Angry Guy's biggest flaw is that he seems to think traditional hard work is the only kind of valid labor. Apparently, if you're not digging trenches or carrying bricks under the hot sun, you're not really working. I mean, sure, there's no shortage of people in construction who work their butts off, but does that mean people working in tech, media, or even retail are lazy because they don't spend all day laboring in a physically demanding job? No. The truth is, every job has its own unique demands. The world is full of a variety of work, and no, sitting in an office chair doesn't mean you're not sweating bullets trying to meet deadlines or come up with creative original content. Maybe the Angry Guy hasn't quite caught up with the fact that not all work is about lifting weights or digging holes. You know, sometimes it's about lifting the human spirit, with a good TikTok or YouTube video, albeit with recycled titles. But hey, that's creative in its own right? Now, let's talk about how Angry Guy is the epitome of working hard, sitting behind a desk all day making sweeping generalizations about people he's never met. This, coming from a guy who probably couldn't even hold a plank for 5 seconds, is telling an entire generation to get a real job. He's the knight in shining armor, battling his keyboard, demanding that Gen Z earn their keep in ways that he finds acceptable. It's almost as if he hasn't realized that in today's world, Gen Z is like the first generation to question the notion of a traditional job. What if the whole system is flawed? What if Gen Z doesn't want to slave away in an office job just to line the pockets of CEOs? What if they'd rather start a YouTube channel, make memes, or literally do anything else that doesn't involve being a corporate drone? The horror. But here's where it gets really funny. Angry Guy has the gall to sit on his cushy chair and complain about how Gen Z is lazy, while he's the one literally doing the same thing, making videos about society collapsing, using titles that repeat like the broken record of a man who hasn't had an original thought since 2012. But sure, you're the one who understands hard work, Angry Guy. you're the true blue-collar hero. Just like the construction workers and coal miners you allegedly champion. We get it. In the end, let's all just remember one thing. The reason Angry Guy calls Gen Z lazy is because he doesn't actually get what they're doing. And the reason the philosophical gamer is so passionate in his defense is because deep down, he's probably a little tired of hearing about how lazy he is for sitting behind a screen all day, while also sitting behind a screen all day. It's all a bit of a paradox, isn't it? The truth is, calling Gen Z lazy because they don't conform to traditional work structures is like calling someone lazy because they prefer to drive a Tesla instead of a horse-drawn carriage. Times change, things evolve, and just because it doesn't fit the old way doesn't mean it's wrong. So whether you're working on a farm, digging a trench, or making videos about how everyone else is lazy, let's all just admit it. We're all lazy in our own way, and that's perfectly okay. In the end, maybe Angry Guy should take a break from calling everyone lazy and realize that not every battle needs to be fought from a desk chair.